this family, so were your parents funny? Well, are your parents funny, I should say?
Yeah, funny you say it, it's my birthday tomorrow. My dad's coming out with us. Like, he's a 50-year-old hippie and he's just like, no, it's your birthday, I'm coming down. And like, you know, it's probably going to make it harder to pull birds because I'm going to be there. But that's the thing I've got going with my dad. It's nothing. Like, you know this top here and my yellow top I wear for stand-up? So my dad, when like Ecstasy first came out in the early like 90s or whatever, he bought a couple of these and went out clubbing and he handed me down to like carry on the partying. So yeah, my dad's a funny bastard.
My mum's hilarious. My mum's a bit immature though. She, you know, she's mental. She will literally like burst into my room in the morning wearing just like a nightie, lean over my face, go, "Morning cunt features," then run away laughing. So see, literally, and like, what did she do the other day? Oh, she picked up this toad that she found in my guinea pig's hutch and then just ran around the garden making it do like aeroplanes.
Oh, I think they learnt from me. Normally people say they inherited it from their parents, but I think it just went to them, to be honest.
Yeah, my mum's quite like funny. She's a little bit eccentric. Like a couple of weeks ago, she called me up and she's like, "Rob, oh, you'll be so proud of me. You'll be so proud of me." I was like, "Well, what happened? What did you do?" She said, "I went to a party last night and I was so drunk that I fell over." And I was that's not a thing that you like that.
I grew up watching comedy, all different kinds of things, so I think they're funny people. They always make me laugh. My dad always does the thing where he'll say something and then just go, "You can use that." I don't really want to, Dad. You know, they're always trying to have a laugh, and yeah, so I think they're funny people.
My dad would like to think he is. He gives me a lot of joke advice, most of which I just sort of say, "Oh yes, of course, Dad, that sounds brilliant. I will definitely use that one day." But no, he thinks he's funny. He is kind of funny.
No. I hate them, actually. I don't like my parents. Sometimes I wish I was adopted. Especially my mum. She interferes. Not in my life, just with me.
So we went to a family party. It was my grandma and grandpa's like golden diamond wedding anniversary, and he got up and did what was basically a really poor, weird stand-up set, and everyone at the room was just looking at me like, "Why aren't you doing this?" And I think he just wanted to be the funny. I think he's always been the funny one. He's always been the joker through whatever he's done for his friends and family, and now that I'm doing this and doing it seriously and actually doing gigs and stuff, I think he wants some recognition for being funny again.
Yeah, to a certain degree, I suppose. Not like, you know, known for being hilarious or anything, but yeah, you know, averagely funny people.
Yeah, my mum is very dry. My granddad was very dry as well, very quietly spoken. You know, one of those people who sees everything but says nothing. It all goes in there, and then if my dad's winding my mum up over something, she'll remember, like women do, from years back, and go, "Well, actually, you did this," just to make him feel like an idiot.
Yeah, they are pretty funny actually. Like, I'm a lot like my sister, and my mum's pretty funny because her English isn't that good.
My mum would probably say she is, and she's probably influenced me more than I care to say. Then again, I suppose a mother like mine, we've just got one of those relationships where we can just be around the dinner table and discuss our farts and bowel movements just completely naturally, like it's no big deal. So I'd have to say she's been more of a silly influence for me just to talk about anything that I'd possibly like to admit to.
I think more the way my parents are enables me to be funny, like without being judged or anything. Like, they're really just nice people. They're just incredibly relaxed. They're not laugh out loud funny. My dad's quite funny, but he's also very business-like. He brings home all the money and things, so he's quite serious quite a lot of the time. But no, they're funny people, but I think their personality is more geared towards enabling me to be funny, if that makes sense. Yeah.
My dad is extreme. Both parents are funny, but my dad tries, and he is funny. I will say, he comes out with these gags. You know, when they go terrorist. You know, he does one of them, and they're funny, and he does them in the wrong places, like the middle of a Tesco aisle when there's people looking at us. You know,
To me, yes. To everyone else, no.
My mum likes to think she is. She is, in like quite a mumsy way.
I get that a lot, you know.
Yeah, like she's cute, but she would do stand up. But she does a lot of one-liners that she thinks are hilarious. So-ish, I guess.
My dad's a bit of a funny guy, yeah. Yeah, he's always making up his own jokes and stuff. He's got to be good ones as well. You're always telling me, right? No, I'm doing this. Oh, yeah. So that's pretty funny. My mum's not majorly funny, but she's alright. In fact, my uncle on my mum's side used to be a comedian and a radio presenter.
Yeah?
Called Mr. Jolly on the radio. It was in Stoke-on-Trent.
That's a character from Psychophil as well, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it is.
My mum, she's an amazing woman. Like, I love her. Like, she's amazing. Like, everyone thinks that their mum is a rock star, but my mum is an actual rock star. Like, I did a painting of her. Bear with me. And it's like a cross between like Jimi Hendrix and Gene Simmons from Kiss. So keep that in mind. Oh no! I ran out of yellow.
Who were you closest to as a child? And that's out of anyone. Could even be a stuffed animal.
I think it was a stuffed animal. I think it was a bear called Huggles, and I think I took it everywhere, and we ended up. I left it on holiday, and I never got over it. But I was 15 at the time, so. What can you do, Rob?
My mum, yeah, I was more shy, so I used to like hide behind her leg if anyone come up to me, anything like that. So yeah, Mama Smith.
No, I did that as well.
Gay.
I was just about to do that.
I had a deep connection with my first cat. I was born in Cyprus in Greece, and we flew the cat over with us, not like on a plane. And because when my mum was pregnant with me, the cat actually sat on the stomach, and unfortunately that cat passed when I was about 10 because it came over to England with us. I was very close to that, very connected.
God. It's not funny, is it? Not as a child. I was closest to my cats because they listened to me. Mostly because I put them in the wash basket and made them stay there while I spoke to them.
Yeah, probably my dad more actually, because it's one of those male bonding things, and he'd tell me crappy jokes and I'd pick it up, and now I'm telling his crappy jokes every once in a while. Probably my dad.
As a child, well, when my brother come along, he was 3 years younger than me. He was such a needy child, screaming, crying. I was the opposite apparently. I was very quiet. I didn't cry, apparently, up until like the age of 4 or something. I was one of those strange children who never made a sound, slept constantly, and no trouble, which made my mum and dad think, oh, we'll have another one. And then he turned out to be the complete opposite. It's like he had 3 sixes drawn on his head or something.
The only thing I can think of is like my mum and my sister. I used to look up to my oldest sister a lot. My sister Claire. She used to watch, she was she wasn't like normal, she didn't fit the trend. I think she was a goth for a while and stuff, and she used to watch Blackadder in her room because she had the really cool loft. So I used to go up there and watch Blackadder with my sister, and she'd laugh, and then I'd start laughing, and she goes, oh, did you get the joke? And I'm like, oh, I was just laughing because you were laughing. I didn't get it, I just laughed because she was laughing because she thought it was funny.
My twin brother, yeah, I've got a twin. He's a musician. Yeah, we're inseparable. Still are.
A couple have twin boys and they're a musician and a comedian.
Yeah.
That's winning.
None of neither is a good pair.
Forget I said that.
Myself. I often laid in front of the mirror. No. I think I was closest mainly with my sibling, my sister, because when we were little, we lived in a little council flat in Tottenham. So me and my sister would share a room, and we just shared many nights, just like using a cliche, just sort of keeping each other alive, if you know what I mean. Just times of like looking after each other and things like that. And we'd spend many nights just like making each other laugh and things like that. So I remember there was this one instance where me and my dad got Nutella chocolate spread, and me and my sister decided to do this plan, like to stay up till midnight, wait until our mum and dad was in bed, and then sneak downstairs and spoon the jar. Not spoon it, I mean.
But I was always preferred just playing PlayStation in my room on my own, because I'm sad, which is probably where the inevitable need of attention came from in such intense form. Because I don't like attention in everyday life. I like to just sit in my room and play PlayStation. So if I go on stage for 10 minutes, everyone looks at me, and I kind of get that attention that everyone has spread out through the day in one solid 5 minutes.
I know, but as soon as I came to sixth form and you meet like your proper best friend, you can confide anything in him. And then I think it's the real test of strength between a friendship when you have a big fallout. And I think he's the only friend who I've really had a proper fallout with. And it was over a girl as well, obviously. But like I think I was closest with him because after everything we went through, like, we're still friends at the end of it. So I think Connor, if you're out there, if you're watching, okay.
I'd have to say I was closest to myself. I was very insular and thoughtful, and I used to change the lyrics of songs. There were a group about when I was young called the Barren Knights, and they take popular hits and change the lyrics. They were very popular in the 60s, and then once again in the late 70s when I was young.
As a child, parents-wise, yeah, definitely. I think my mum. That's definitely like a little mummy's boy. But then, as soon as I turned 18 and I could sit in a pub and have a beer, that's when me and my dad got like really close, sort of things.
My friend Nick, back at home, and you know, we'd always be around. Just I think we'd sort of make ourselves laugh, if you know what I mean. We'd have our own little in jokes and stuff, kind of what a lot of people do. But we, you know, just sit around just talking absolute rubbish to each other, and I think that's where kind of a lot of my comedy comes from. Like a lot of my material, like it's just you sit with your mates and you just sort of talk about anything and everything, and you just entertain yourselves. Like it doesn't matter if anyone else gets it. It's like you're having a cracking time.
Closest to probably when I was growing up, my best friend was called Sean, and I don't know, probably him I should think. Probably him. But then, because he moved away after a while, but we're still sort of talking, good friends now. But obviously, you know, that puts a distance there. But I think my granddad. I was very close to my granddad when I was younger, because he was a very funny man, and I always sort of like that about him. I think perhaps I get it a little bit from him in a way, because we always just like laugh and joke and stuff together. And I think that's probably something.
I want to say something like my imaginary friends, because yeah, I don't really have that many friends as a child. My family, I guess I've always been closest to them, and whoever I made up in my head, they were my best friend.
Okay.
A little bit about myself. My name's Kieran. I'm straight, believe it or not. It's a curveball, isn't it? That was like a half-assed hackle, like, yes. I don't have enough self-confidence to... I'll continue. No, I'm straight, I'm just a heterosexual with a healthy admiration for the theatre. Visual punchline, very contemporary, the gig progresses. They call me the origami swan of stand-up comedy because I come at you with a neat bend. They call me the darkish grey cloud of stand-up comedy because I rain down the jokes like a heavy shower in April, and I'm of ethnicity.